morning. It is the Going On Daily live morning show, and everything is all wrong. Now I
now it's
feel
right.
better. Now I feel better. Look, this is going to be a great show. It always is. It always is, and especially I am here with Chuck Allen. How are you, Chuck?
I'm doing awesome, Ron. How you doing today, my friend?
Feeling good. It is Monday morning, and normally people feel kind of a certain way on Mondays because beginning of the week, and the weekend's over. But I don't feel that way.
Neither do I. I have a secret that I do, and that is I work on Saturdays. So Sunday and Monday are actually my weekend. And I love Mondays because it's basically my Sunday, and I'm going to play golf later today. So doesn't get any better than that.
No, so it's no Manic Monday for you.
Never.
No Manic Monday.
Never. I try not to do any kind of roofing work on Mondays because everything that can go wrong will. And I always say I don't want anything to go wrong, so I avoid that at all costs.
Yeah, and that's a good plan, right? A good plan. Look, this week, Chuck. I know you got the memo real late.
Yes, I apologize for that.
No. It's all good. People are chatting. We have 11 hosts, so there's going to be some stuff missed, right? When you have the chat, it got buried. I get it, but it is tourism week.
Oh,
and
my favorite week.
Yesterday, JP kicked off that with Montana Hot Springs, and that was pretty awesome, right? But we got some more stuff. We're going to be talking San Antonio and a little bit of Rhode Island fall foliage.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we're going to expand on that tourism. And also, Chuck, I have a top 5 that you are absolutely going to love. You're going to love it.
I have no doubt about this. And folks that are watching, please know, I have no idea what the top 5 is going to be, but I can guarantee I will love it.
Yeah, and I don't let anybody know what's on the top 5 for the most part, right? That is mostly a surprise. And there are some people that just, might not like the choices, but that's why it is called Ron's Top 5.
Exactly. That's why we're America's #1 daily show as well.
You
never know what you're going to get here.
Yes, and so we encourage those of you at home watching or at work watching, wherever you are watching, really. You could be on a plane, in a train.
Headed to Spain.
Who knows?
Or maybe in Maine.
I was gonna do a whole Dr. Seuss thing there, then I just cut myself off at, right in the middle of that. But you can always post yours, so that way we get everybody's opinions, right? So look for that. That is going to be spectacular, and I can't wait for the graphics. The graphics are awesome. But let's get this thing started. Let's get it underway.
Let's dive right in, folks.
San Antonio, Texas. That's where you are currently.
I am. I'm about a quarter of a mile from the runway of the airport as we speak.
See, so when you are landing in San Antonio, you'll see Chuck in his backyard waving to the planes.
First thing you'll see. If that doesn't deter you from stopping in San Antonio, then nothing will, folks. But let me tell you a little bit about San Antonio. If you've never been here, if you're thinking to yourself right now, oh, San Antonio, that sounds interesting. Much like myself, until the day I agreed to move here, I had never really thought of San Antonio. It never crossed my mind. Yeah. I didn't think of coming for vacation. I honestly I never thought of it till the day I decided I was going to live here. And then I went all in, and I've been here for 6.5 years. And in that 6.5 years, I have learned San Antonio is pretty cool. There are some really nice things here. There are some not so nice things here, but there are a lot of historic things, lots of good food. And because it's travel week, I wanted to share my pitch to you guys watching the program today as to why maybe San Antonio would be the perfect place to come for vacation. So, without
All
any
right.
hesitation, let's kick this off, right? I come to San Antonio. The very first thing I did when I got here, Ron, I found the best Mexican restaurant in the world.
There
It's
you
a place
go.
called La Fogata, and La Fogata is a famous Mexican restaurant, not the most famous. I'll discuss that one here in a moment, but I think it's the best Mexican restaurant on the face of the earth, and that even includes in Mexico. And it's not like Tex-Mex, it's like real authentic Mexican cuisine. I know that because I've been told by the locals that that's the case. But the cool thing about La Fogata is you could go in there and any given time, you could see some superstars. They've got pictures on the wall of all the famous
Really?
people that have gone in there, and it's like George Strait, David Robinson, Shaquille, Charles Barkley, like all kinds of
Charles Barkley.
actresses. Charles Barkley, he,
I love
in
Charles
spite of his
Barkley.
hatred for San Antonio, he does like the food. So he might not like our women, but he likes our eateries, and hey, that's cool with us. But yeah, La Fogata, it's cool. You can sit outside. They're known for their blue margarita, which you didn't get this advice from me, but if you come to town, this is what I did on my first day. I went there, ate lunch. I had nothing else to do that day, Ron. So I tried not one, but two of the blue margaritas. And then I went back to my office, which was still empty at that time. And I took a nap on the floor for about 6 hours. So definitely be ready for a little off time if you decide to partake in the blue margarita.
Great.
But La Fogata is probably my favorite Mexican restaurant of all time. I do believe it's awesome. It's got a great ambiance to it. There's a wonderful vibe going on. If it's your birthday, they've got mariachi singers that literally will come to your table and sing for you.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, and it's a common thing. And the waiter there, he was an actor in the, I don't remember the name of the movie, but it was about a horse. He was in a bunch of movies, and he knew Charles Barkley as well. But this guy was in it just slipped my mind, but it's a famous movie about horses.
Seabiscuit.
Seabiscuit. There you go. Seabiscuit. Our waiter was in Seabiscuit. He is a professional jockey as well. A little small guy, but this is some of the things you get when you go to La Fogata. So I decided that I was going to go out and check out some of the other places. The most famous Mexican restaurant in maybe the world, definitely in San Antonio, is a place called Mi Tierra. And Mi Tierra is in a cool little spot of town called Market Square, which is also the largest Mexican market in the United States. And I don't know, I don't think you can see it from here. There's a little right there.
Oh, yeah.
Is a wrestling luchador mask.
Yeah.
And that was my purchase that I made at Market Square when I went there. But I went into this Mi Tierra. And here's the thing that's cool about Mi Tierra, Ron. You can go there any time of the day. It literally never closes. If you want to go to a Mexican restaurant at 4:30 in the morning, if you want to go at midnight, if you want to go at noon, Mi Tierra is always available. And they've got an insane bakery. Like, you don't even want to know. This bakery has everything. And I mean, like, giant pastries, loaves of bread. Like, it's just the food here in San Antonio, folks. If that doesn't have you drawn in, let me tell you about a couple other things.
You got me already.
I have to emphasize, our food is absolutely amazing in San Antonio, Texas. But it's not the only thing. When you think San Antonio, you look at the picture here on the screen, you think about the Alamo, right? The Alamo is pretty cool. I'm not going to lie and say that I would pack up the family and drive from, the Midwest to come see the Alamo, because you might be a little disappointed. It's not really a tourist attraction, but it's basically the same condition it was in back in the day when it was, what the Alamo is known for, the battlegrounds and it's exactly the same. And they've got a cool gift shop that I don't think was there during the battle, but other than that, it's relatively original. One of the things the Alamo, I think, is most known for, which is kind of weird, was Ozzy Osbourne being banned from the state of Texas for actually urinating on the Alamo. So he was able later on in life to forgive and forget, and he was allowed back. But that was the thing, the Alamo. And also something to know about the Alamo, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a fan of the 1980s film Pee-wee's Big Adventure, There is no basement in the Alamo. I went looking and I was trying to find the bike, but there is no basement in the Alamo. So that's just one of those things that in the movies was kind of misconstrued, and children like myself always thought Pee-wee's bike was in the basement at the Alamo, but it wasn't. I fell for the same trick he did. He came all the way here. He couldn't find the basement either. So I'm on the same level as Pee-wee Herman, and to me, that's okay. I could do worse for sure. So we talk a little bit about some of the things here. Right down the street from the Alamo, we've got an amazing thing called the San Antonio Riverwalk. And the Riverwalk is a 15-mile set of different walkways that literally goes right along the San Antonio River. You can sit out there right on the river. You can eat dinner. You can have drinks. You can go down there and have all kinds of fun. There's plenty of family activities. I don't recommend going there at night, but that's a different story altogether. But the San Antonio Riverwalk is one of the most famous things. And it's also known because I believe it was Steve-O, the guy from Jackass.
Oh, yeah.
That jumped into the Riverwalk and he got injured because it's only like this deep. And I think I told Becky about this last week on the Riverwalk. It's only about a foot deep, but Steve-O jumped in and he was also, I believe, exiled from San Antonio to the best of my knowledge. So if you come to the Riverwalk, you don't want to jump in for two reasons. Number one, the water is a murky green because it's got some kind of stuff in it. And number two, you'll snap your spine. So don't do that if you come here. But I highly recommend going to the Riverwalk, seeing what's going on. Do it during the day.
Around, right?
Yes, it becomes a different world at night. And I've been there, but I don't recommend that for tourists because I think they can tell that we're tourists and there is a lot of crime here. That's not one of my key reasons to come, but I'm just being honest with the people. There is some crime in San Antonio, so
absolutely,
you don't want to mess with that.
Everywhere has these issues, especially cities. It's no different in Providence. We have the Riverwalk by Providence, and they do their little, like the little boats there. I can't even think of the boat.
Yeah, we have glass bottom boats that you can ride down the river, and it's actually really cool. I'm not going to lie. I live here, so it's not something I go do all the time, but as a tourist, you really can't beat it. Yeah. A couple other facts about San Antonio. San Antonio is known as Military City, USA. We have a very large population of military here. We've got Air Force bases. We've got all kinds of military setups. So I feel like
you also have the Admiral.
Place. Yes, that's next thing on my list. Home of the 5-time NBA champion San Antonio Spurs, the Admiral himself, Mr. David Robinson, Tim Duncan. All these guys are local heroes, and you see them sometimes around town. David Robinson, I believe, is one of the owners of the minor league baseball team here as well, the San Antonio Mission. So you've got that going. The last thing that I really want to talk about here, I've got so many things I could tell you about San Antonio. If you haven't decided to come visit me yet, this is going to be the thing that sways you. Every April, Ron, every single year, we have this thing in San Antonio called Fiesta. And now you don't even have to speak Spanish to know that Fiesta just simply means party. And this is a 10-day event. And in this 10 days, that's exactly what we all do. It's a giant party. You can go down here.
It's like New Orleans.
It is the Texas version of Mardi Gras. Only probably better because our food, well, now I don't want to say that because New Orleans has some good food.
They have some good food there too.
It's different as far as the culinary attractions. But I will say this, for 10 straight days, you can basically party anytime you want. You can drink, you can eat, you can go listen to music, you can dance. The last couple of years, it looks like you can go there and get in fights. I don't recommend that. Again, I don't recommend going at night if you're going to come as a tourist. Go to the Fiesta during the day, but it's one of those events that San Antonio is extremely proud of. Everybody gets these little pins, little medals, and you get the Fiesta pins, and like local businesses and all kinds of different things have their own little pins made up for this Fiesta. And I don't know what people do with them, but I actually have one from a local roofing company that's not mine. I got one from Rock's Roofing a couple years ago, And I don't know what the value of it is, but it's very valuable to me. It sits on my shelf back here for the podcast that I do. But that's some of the things that you've got here in San Antonio. Also, the birthplace of Tejano music, allegedly. And the most famous Tejano singer that we had was Selena, who was, historically, her life was cut short, but still to this day, like 30 some years later, is a very prominent person here in the community. Absolutely. So there you go,
and it's
folks.
everywhere that love her. I mean, it's amazing, how short of a career it was, and the impact that it made.
Oh, not just her career, but her life in general.
Right.
She's revered by people all over the place, but San Antonio specifically, Selena is a legend, and I don't think that legend will ever die. So shout out to her.
Not.
Absolutely the coolest thing. And there is one other thing. If you come here downtown, we have a thing called Tower of the Americas. And Ron, do you know what Tower of the Americas is?
I'm assuming it is a World Trade Center kind of thing.
No, it's not. It is actually a giant sky needle thing that you can ride up. And when you get to the top, it's 750 feet up. You can literally see the entire city and all of the suburbs very clearly. And it's a beautiful view. I don't think there's any other view like it in the world. Tower of the Americas, folks.
Yeah, it's on that little picture down there below you. You can barely see it, but it's like it looks like the Space Needle.
There it is. Yeah, I do see it. That is the Tower of the Americas in San Antonio, Texas. You can literally see everything for miles and miles away. And I think it's a once in a lifetime thing. If you do come here, which now after watching our show, I'm thinking everybody's probably changing their plans from Disney World or wherever they were going to go. Everyone's coming to San Antonio now. So when you guys show up, give me a call. I will take you guys out to lunch at La Fogata, and I will enjoy every minute of it. So come to San Antonio, folks. Travel week. San Antonio's got to be one of the spots, one of the destinations you put on your list. If you only come here once in your life, I promise you will love everything about it, except for the crime.
And this is why we're doing this, because, we live in these places that we're talking about, and, you can only get that from somebody that is local, and I mean, look, there's all kinds of travel agencies and they can candy coat everything, but there's nothing like learning about a place from somebody that's there.
That's right. I don't believe any travel agent on earth is going to tell you about the crime in San Antonio, but I'm here to provide you guys with the facts. I still think it's awesome. I'm happy that I live here. Moving here was one of the coolest things I've ever done. I still see new things on a daily basis, and I still use my GPS to get around because it's still so big. It's the 7th largest city in the United States.
But really?
Yeah. It's awesome though. I'd rather live here than Houston or Dallas or Austin, and I think this is my favorite place to be in Texas.
Yeah, because Houston and Dallas get all the Texas credit.
They get all the credit, and Austin is actually the state capital, and it really doesn't get thought of that much. And I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of Austin. Whenever I have to drive there, it's like, ugh, the traffic is horrible. That's pretty much the only reason I don't like Austin is the traffic. Same reason I don't like Houston. Houston's cool, but if you go there, I remember one time years ago, I was driving back from a roofing job that we were doing there, and some guy jackknifed his trailer. It was just a little pull behind trailer, and it blocked off all 3 lanes of the highway. And Ron, I was stuck on the highway for about 6 hours. So,
oh my gosh,
no bueno. San Antonio doesn't have those issues. We got some of the coolest roadways here in the world. We've got the highest, I believe it's the highest on-ramp that just got completed about 2-3 weeks ago. It's so high up that people are actually afraid to get on the highways now, which is not a bad thing.
It keeps people off the highways.
There you go.
Look, Chuck, this is awesome. San Antonio sounds like the place to go, especially if you like food, and fiesta. Food and fiesta it's the way to go. right?
Yep.
And this is
And the
why
people
we're
are pretty
doing this.
nice. Most of them.
Yeah, people in general are okay, I mean, in general.
Yeah.
Some cities, have reputations,
Yeah.
you
We just
know.
talked about New Orleans. I almost got shot there. So never had that happen here.
Yeah. So it is season 2, episode 191, Bon Voyage. And that has something to do with one of the topics, like we just did. Bon Voyage, go to San Antonio, right?
Come visit.
So that has meaning in today's episode, a lot actually. So look, you're watching us right now, live on Kick, YouTube, and Rumble at Rhode Island Broadcasting. You can also watch us live on Twitch at RI_broadcasting. And look, we have a viewer on Twitch right now.
Oh, hello.
So if you are on Twitch, you can donate bits. And it's very simple. They're only a penny a piece. You can donate 4 bits. So that way, both Chuck and I can put in our 2 cents.
That's right.
That's it. So
Donate some bits, folks.
yes.
I think Becky and I decided that, what is it? I don't think it was on Twitch. I think it was on our website where the maximum allowable donation is $10 million. So
yes.
Come on.
Yes.
We need $10 million. Someone step up.
We could use it. All right. You can listen to us on our audio platforms at Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio at RI Broadcasting. And Red Circle is also another place where you can donate. So you can donate another 4 cents there. And now me and Chuck would be able to put in 4 cents each.
That's right. You all want double the input. This is the way to get it.
That is the way to do it. And plus, we'll give you a shout out too.
Always.
You can follow us on all our social media, including Parler, Space Hey, Gab, MeWe, TikTok, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, and of course Patreon, where you can get a mug. And eventually, these are all going to be on the website. Eventually, you'll be able to get it on our website. So do that at RI Broadcasting. You can also follow us on Twitter/X at Broadcasting RI. So whatever you want to call it. I heard that you know how the Twitter is tweets, right?
Yes.
I just heard like 2 days ago that on X it's called excretions.
Okay.
Another
Let me
thing
go
that
out and just excrete all over the world. You all need my excretions. I think that's
stupid. It's
probably the worst thing you could possibly call it, but there you go, folks.
It is awful. Send us an excretion, and
send that to Ron. I'm not interested in that.
Yeah, no, tweets.
Yeah.
It's tweets.
Yeah, I'm not interested in anyone sending excretions.
Yeah, no. That's kind of nasty, actually. You can follow us on the Facebook page at Going On Daily Morning Show. So get on there. Look, we need to get to a certain number for us to be able to go live on there. We used to have 10,000 on Rhode Island Broadcasting until Mark Zuckerberg took it away.
Thanks,
now, Mark, if you want to make it up to us, you can go to RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net, and there you can donate up to $10 million. So if you want to make it up to us, by all means,
Mark,
we'll accept your apology with $10 million.
That's it, though. We're not just taking an apology. It needs to come with $10 million, and then we will completely forgive you. I will wear a Facebook hat if you do that.
Oh, absolutely. I'll have everything. I'll get maybe not a tattoo, but I don't like.
Mark Zuckerberg donates $10 million. I will get a Facebook tattoo. So get this message to him. I'm not playing around. I'll do it.
Yeah. maybe on my arm or something, but
I'll
not
get it on my face. I don't even
not
care.
me. Ooh, no, hell no.
Yeah. If he
Hell
gives us
no.
10 million, I'll do it. Now watch him give us 10 million. Be walking around with a
That
giant
would be
F on my
nice. Let me
face.
tell you, that would make the show the best show anywhere,
We would
because
be
we'll invest.
absolutely straight to the top, and I would walk around as Facebook face guy and whatever. If that's the character. If that's that's my price. 10 million.
So when you go there, make sure you vote for the Going On Daily Hall of Fame right now until the end of the month, which would be, I believe, next week.
We have 8 days remaining in the month.
Gosh. So we have 8 days left to vote for Grease, Jaws, Rocky, Saturday Night Fever, and The Godfather. Who's going to join the Beatles as the Hall of Fame members?
I'm
So
sure hoping it's Rocky. I don't know. Last week Rocky was kind of trailing
right
a little
now,
bit, but I think
yeah,
Rocky
yeah.
should win.
Grease is in the lead. Jaws is running second, and Godfather and Rocky are a
Tied.
little behind. A little
I
behind.
just don't understand that, but that's the people have spoken, I suppose.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys just haven't seen Rocky, because I feel like if you've watched it, it's absolutely a
It's
no-brainer.
such a great story.
Yeah. Very inspiring.
So yeah, it has. Oh wait, let me rephrase. Yep, it's still Grease by one vote.
All right.
One vote.
2 votes
Grease
for
over
Rocky puts us
Jaws.
in first.
So come on, let's go. Get on there for Rocky, Godfather. Saturday Night Fever has yet to get a vote.
I didn't figure Saturday Night Fever would be one of the front runners. I actually thought it was going to finish in last, and I guess that I do sort of understand pop culture, because looks like the people are voting the same way that I would.
If Saturday Night Fever gets 0 votes, and next
Ineligible.
year if it hits the polls next year and gets 0 again, that's it. It will never be eligible. So to avoid that, you might want to vote for some of these. All right, so that's that. Now, travel week continues. We're gonna talk a little bit about Rhode Island.
Nice. I've never been to Rhode Island. I'm very happy to
So-
learn.
This is the time of the year where it's absolutely beautiful in New England.
Indeed.
I mean, I used to go to the Berkshires all the time in Massachusetts, and I love it. I love it. The trees are all colorful. It is absolutely breathtaking, and we have those places here in Rhode Island as well. And you can go, hiking, just a casual stroll, and you can enjoy all of this stuff. And there are so many trails and parks that you can go to. And I'll tell you, Rhode Island has a lot to offer with trails, and I don't know if people even from here know how many there are in this area. Now, you can go hiking up in mountains and stuff like that in Vermont. In Rhode Island, the highest point in the state is only 819 feet
Oh, wow.
above sea level.
The
So
Tower of
it's
the
like-
Americas is almost that tall.
it's like as flat as a pancake in this area, right? So you can go some of the great spots. Ponagansett Falls in Situate. You just drive up North 102 in the state of Rhode Island, and you get to Situate. And there's the reservoir. It's the largest reservoir, freshwater thing in Rhode Island. Excuse me. And they have like an old service road that goes all the way around to the other side of the reservoir. And if you walk along that, it is absolutely breathtaking with the water, with the trees and the colors. It is such a nice walk, and very, if you like scenery and out in, the woods and stuff like that, this is absolutely awesome. And you get all the leaves changing colors. So I have a list of places, and there's swamp meadow covered bridge in Foster. It's like in the middle of the sticks, right?
Tell me
But they have
more.
a covered bridge. Like you go to Vermont and it's like they have all kinds of covered bridges, like in northern New England. Rhode Island has one, and you can just go here in Foster, and you can see that. There's the Audubon Society that has 13 refuges, wildlife sanctuaries. How about
There
that?
we go. Yes. There we go.
They have 13 of them, and they have 10,000 acres plus
Wow.
of these wildlife sanctuaries. And they're so beautiful to go to, and I've been to a bunch of them. So if you go to George Parker Woodland Wildlife Refuge, they have a bunch of like these cairns. You know what a cairn is? It's like a pile. It's like a pile of rocks.
I thought it was like a
And
lady that complained about stuff and wanted to talk to the
not,
manager.
no, not Karens. That's good.
Gotcha.
That's good. That's hilarious. So it's like a mound of stones, and it could signify a memorial or a landmark. Um, my guess is it's a memorial for probably Native Americans, most likely. So it's a mystery of what these piles of rocks are. But my guess is probably Native Americans have put them there you know for their deceased. So don't disturb them, please. Norman Bird Sanctuary in Middletown. It's literally like a few miles away from me, and I've been there a couple of times, and it's absolutely breathtaking. Last time I was there, I got a picture of a deer that was like 15 feet away from me, just eating,
Nice.
chilling,
Nice.
and I was like, "This is absolutely amazing." And so there's all kinds that I saw a crane, not the kind you build
Yeah,
or
it wasn't
destroy buildings
hauling air
with.
conditioners up to the top of the building.
But it was a bird, and it was absolutely breathtaking. It was huge. It was huge, just sitting there in the water, eating bugs off the top of the
Just
water.
hanging out.
So there's all kinds of stuff that you can see that you might not necessarily see from day to day. Lincoln Woods, which is an absolute spectacular like state park. And so they have swimming, fishing. They have like little beaches on the water where you go swimming, trails. They have all kinds of stuff. It is absolutely gorgeous there. um Let me see. There's Wolf Hill Forest Preserve, Acadia Management Area, which has 14 acres with trails all over the place, and you can go see the fall foliage there. It is breathtaking. There's so many places. I've been to Tuwisit Marsh Wildlife Refuge in Warren. That's a nice little. It's kind of like almost like a straight run kind of thing, but it starts, you know, near the road, and it's just a straight run right to the water, and it is beautiful. What a great walk it is. It crosses over a bike path, so I mean you can get there from the bike paths as well. So there's all kinds of places in Bristol. There's Claire D. McIntosh Wildlife Refuge, which is the Audubon Society, and that one is a nice little walk too, to see some animals. And they have like special like birdhouses in one section by the water, that houses certain types of birds. And, so there's all kinds of things to do in Rhode Island. And, there's no shortage of scenic, you know, walks. They have the cliff walk here in Newport, and right by the ocean, all the way around. And it's absolutely amazing. So if you want to take a stroll, why not go to Rhode Island? And you get the fall foliage at this time of the year. It's absolutely beautiful. And there's like Situate at the same time. You can go to the art festival that they have in October. It's at the beginning of October. Roger Williams Park is beautiful. It's one of the best park and zoos. So you have the zoo there, you have all the foliage in the park, and they also have the jack-o'-lantern spectacular at night. So you can go and you can see, the foliage and the animals. And at night, they have thousands and thousands of jack-o'-lanterns carved out by all kinds of people from everywhere around. And it really is spectacular to see all the jack-o'-lanterns lit up. It's awesome. It's awesome. And they're amazing works of art. So
I feel like you've just sold me 100% on Rhode Island. I didn't even
it's
realize.
quaint, and it's got like the normal things that you do, throughout the day. You can go bowling, you can go see a soccer game, you can go, do whatever. And of course Newport has it's right by the water, so you have boating and stuff like that, so you can take a boat tour. In the summertime, I don't recommend it in once it gets cold.
Yeah, you get stuck
Don't
out in the middle
recommend
of the
that.
water.
But there's a lot of everything here, but it's a very quaint thing. And plus HP Lovecraft, if you're a Lovecraft fan, this is where it begins. Where it begins here in Rhode Island.
This sounds like a lot of fun. I don't know if you've been
So,
following the
it is
last
pretty
several
nice.
weeks, but I've been doing a monthly challenge to myself to do 200 miles of
Yes.
walking. I wish I was in Rhode Island, Ron, because I'm doing that here in
beautiful.
San Antonio. Today it's going to be 97 degrees,
Yeah, not
and
good.
it's kind of crappy to try and take a 4 or 5 mile
Yeah.
walk out in the woods when it's 97. I see this fall foliage here, and I'm extremely jealous. Ladies and gentlemen,
it
I
is
think
a
I would
good
go to
time.
Rhode Island before I went to San Antonio.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many trails, it's just nice. And even, you know, as far as like Providence is concerned, it's not really a bad looking city. It's a small city, and it has a lot of history in it. And I think for the most part, daytime you can pretty much walk anywhere. At
Providence at
night,
night is like San Antonio. You
it
might be a
yeah,
little
there's some
careful.
places you don't want to be. But for the most part, it's pretty nice. Rhode Island is great. I mean, we have Newport, and Newport has a lot of history in it with the mansions and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's always something to do. There's always something to do. It's a very good um a place for art, the arts and stuff like that. So we have like the Providence Performing Arts Center and Trinity Rep. Of course, there's some great brew houses and stuff like that. And there's kind of a lot of things that you can do. So yeah, but fall foliage, now's the time. If you like nature, now's the time.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We've given you some tremendous travel destinations on today's episode. And
Absolutely.
I think they could probably not be any more opposite of each other. One is very hot, the other one is very pleasant. We don't
Yeah.
have fall foliage here. Like our leaves are dead pretty much year round because it's so dry here. And they
Yeah.
don't really ever change color. They always are just kind of brown. So we don't get to see a whole lot of that. But I think Rhode Island
Right.
sounds like a destination. It's one of the
It is pretty nice.
I have 12 states left that I haven't been to, and Rhode Island's one of them. So I need to cross that
Yeah.
off the list ASAP.
Yeah, and in New England as a whole, you get a lot of that kind of feel to it. So if you go to Rhode Island, you go to Massachusetts, Northern Connecticut, of course, Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire. You have to go a little earlier because up there the leaves turn sooner. So
Right?
I would probably definitely say September. But for the most part, it's very scenic up here.
I
So
love it.
you have a lot of things. You have a lot of options up here in the Northeast. Definitely have a lot. And upstate New York is a lot like New England too. So, and
I've
I've
been
been there.
I've had fun there.
Yeah. So I love it. I don't see myself moving out of New England, unless the housing gets ridiculous, even though it is already, but that's besides the point. But it is nice. It is nice to live around here. So
There you go.
I don't
You're
know if
getting
I
a
can deal with
firsthand
the
account
90
from
degree weather.
locals. If you're somewhere in the world and you're thinking, well, Rhode
Yeah,
Island, I never thought of it. I never thought of San Antonio. Now you guys know everything there is to know, and you're
yeah.
equipped with an itinerary for when you show up. So, just another
It's
service we like to
probably very
provide on your Monday
similar.
morning.
San Antonio is probably very similar to Providence. It's just in a different climate.
Very
That's the
different.
thing.
Yep.
You don't have to worry about snow down there.
No, if it ever snows here, we got big problems because
Yeah, you
we had
guys
the
will be
coldest
lost.
day ever in the history of San Antonio this past February. And it was actually during the International Roofing Expo, which is the largest roofing show in the world, ladies and gentlemen. And I had friends from Wisconsin that came in and they were complaining about how cold it was. And it was
Jeez.
weird because when they left, it was like 90 the next day. So I don't know. We had like a 3-day period where it was in the 20s and then it just all disappeared. But I told them, I don't even own a jacket. Y'all are from Wisconsin. At least you have something warm to wear. I don't even own a
Yeah,
jacket.
yeah.
And I went and bought a
Oh, that's a
jacket that
big problem
afternoon.
out there.
Yeah.
That's a big problem.
Yeah.
It's like you guys get a half an inch of snow and it's a disaster on the
Oh,
roads.
it's shut down. They shut down the schools if it's cold out. They shut down if we get any snow. There was a disaster about 3 years ago where we got an ice storm and it was like the power kept going out and they had
Oh, I
controlled
remember that.
blackouts
I
and
remember that.
it was insane. Now I'm from Ohio, so I just went out and got in my car and started driving around. But you realize all the stores were closed. It was like a
Yeah.
ghost town. And I
It
thought,
affected
well,
like
this
several
sucks.
states.
Yeah.
It
Good
was a
times in
mess.
Texas.
A mess.
You ever want to mess with Texas? Just throw some
Ugh.
ice on the ground
Throw
and
some ice.
we're done.
Bring a snowmaker and you'll have San Antonio and the rest of
Yeah, all to
Texas in the
yourself.
palm of your hands.
Now in
All right.
Amarillo, Texas, though, it snows constantly over there and it's super cold. That's how
Oh,
big Texas
really?
is. It's Texas is huge. And we actually had a big hailstorm last night over near Dallas, and it had the entire ground covered with giant golf ball size hailstones. So, as a roofer, that's not my least favorite thing in the world, but our weather is
Yeah.
quite unpredictable.
Yeah. All right, season 2, episode 191, Bon Voyage. We've already had our travel segments. But somehow I feel like there's still another topic that may have something to do with this. Somehow. Somehow.
Uh-oh.
But let's move on to should I do it?
Should I do it? Now, all these things
No.
come into my mind sometimes, and I have to ask the public for their opinions. And in many cases, the public gives the safe opinion and keeps me from doing stupid things. But check this out, Ron. I was looking through the news the other day and I saw an amazing story. This would be like kind of similar to Becky's, where she wants to ruin your morning. This would be like, this is an uplifting and pretty incredible story. And I try to balance this out a little bit. But the other day I was scrolling through the news and this really stuck out to me. There's a guy, his name is Thomas Sillow, and he is a 58-year-old gentleman who is in, I believe, Pennsylvania, Williamsport, Pennsylvania, to be specific.
Williamsport.
And so here's the cool thing about this gentleman. He's 58 years old. He was in high school and college back in the 80s. And as did many people in the 80s, he opted to drop out of school and take drugs. And he took on a job with the city of Williamsport, where he worked for 33 years.
Oh,
Well, just
boy.
recently, Ron, this gentleman decided that he was going to live his dream. And last week we had a story of a guy in his mid 60s that's on the LSU marching band. This guy, Thomas, took it a step further. He went back to school so he could play football. At 58 years old, he has eligibility still, and he went to play at the Division III school, Lycoming College, which is the home of the Warriors. And this guy went, tried out for the team at 58 years old. He made the team, and he's a defensive lineman. He's 6 foot, 227. He is from the Williamsport area. He was a local high school star back in the 80s. Kind of decided to go a different route and take on the blue collar mentality. But then he said, you know what? It's never too late to live your dream. So when I see this story, Ron, this is where should I do it comes from. My entire life, I've been an Ohio State Buckeyes fan. You can see all this stuff back here.
Yep.
I started toying with the idea of going to play football for Ohio State. Now, I don't know. I feel like I could make the team. I feel like I could at least be a backup quarterback, maybe even like a starting safety or something like that in the current condition that I'm in. But it begs the question to the public, should I do it? So I asked a few people, and obviously this is somewhat satirical. I don't know that I'd actually make the team, but I believe I would. And I started asking some people. And Ron, do you know what the overwhelming vote was for me trying out for the Ohio State Buckeyes, the #1 rated team in Division I in the United States? The #1 concern about me trying to play for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Do you know what it was?
Heat exhaustion?
No, head injuries. And I'm already thinking to myself, ladies and gentlemen, I've been in roofing for 27 years. I have had more head injuries than most human beings. I think I walk around with a concussion. I've hit stuff. I've run into stuff. I've had things dropped on my head. Maybe this is why at 47, I'm thinking, I think I could probably play for the Buckeyes. I could go out there.
Why you're thinking about it?
Yeah, I'm a left-handed quarterback. I'm a gunslinger. I'd be back there. We'd have to run a pass-heavy offense because I'm not good with the handoffs. And I'm not that mobile. So I'd be a pure pocket passer or a hard-hitting safety. And then I started thinking to myself, I could maybe even play both ways. I don't know. Travis Hunter did it. Why can't Chuck Allen do the same thing? Begs the question, ladies and gentlemen, should I try out next year for my hometown? I got to go back to Ohio to do this, but the only way I would play, I might consider playing for UTSA down here as well, the Road Runners, which is a pretty cool little program. They play in the Alamo Dome. They get a lot of local love. And if I can't do that, I may try out for the San Antonio Brahmas XFL team.
Oh, the Brahmas, yes.
But to me, I think if you're going to do something like this, you might as well go to the very top and try out for the one that you really want to be a part of. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. This time next year, you might see a story of 47-year-old freshman phenom Chuck Allen. I may be on Sports Center or something like that, like the guy with the marching band.
See, what you got to do, Chuck, you got to go defense. You got to go defense.
I think I would be a better defensive player, but I like quarterback because that's always been my thing. That's the guy that gets all the glory.
If you're a linebacker, you get to hit people.
This is true.
As a safety, you have to do a lot of running and you have to be quick. Okay, linebacker, you just got to blow up the run game and you got to get in on that.
You got to stop people from moving forward. And maybe that's my ticket. Maybe I should be a linebacker. I feel like this is great advice, Ron. I know your sports background. Yeah. You've been an announcer for many events. You've been a sports enthusiast. I feel like you've just given me something to think about here.
And to further that is like, if you're on offense, your job is to get tackled. Basically, you have to, like, if you're a quarterback, you got to throw the ball. You're going to take hits, and to avoid that, you play on the defensive side of the ball, so that way you're hitting people.
You're delivering the hits.
So you're prepared for it. When somebody's trying to hit you, you're not really knowing where they're going to hit you. At least you have, for the most part, the the dictation of those hits.
That's true.
So
It's better to be the target than the targeted. And I think you've just given me some wisdom here.
I would go linebacker.
Abounding in a live podcast. Flight has Wi-Fi. Just woke up in time for the last 10. This has been a heck of an episode. I'm not going to lie. We just decided that I'm going to play linebacker for the Ohio State Buckeyes next year. And that's after we've basically told the world why San Antonio and Rhode Island are the two most touristy places in the world. So we still have Ron's top 5, which is going to be very controversial and very exciting. So you showed up at the perfect time.
So Chuck, that is, look, I mean, you can do it if you apply yourself.
Maybe not.
Training.
If that doesn't work, I do still have this in my mind that maybe I can make it to the senior PGA. I got like 20 years before I'm eligible. I've been practicing a lot. I feel like I'm getting much better. I played golf in a tournament last week, and we did not finish in last. We did beat my target of 10 spots above the bottom, even though people cheated. And well, the story was about a 58-year-old man who's playing college football. So if he can do it, I can do it. And rather than playing for a Division III school, I'm playing for the number 1 team in the country. And if you ever look back in the history of the internet, when you have these online video games, Chuck Allen has been the quarterback at Ohio State before. He's won the Heisman, and he set all of the records. So I don't think it's not an attainable goal by any means. I feel like it's very realistic, and I'm going to do it. And then I'll play senior PGA.
The senior PGA sounds more reasonable. I used to dabble on the golf course once in a while back in the day, and I used to be able to hit a ball a long way.
I can hit a ball a long way, but not straight. I've actually opted to be more of a old man type golf. Yeah. I know that if I'm going to make the senior PGA, I'm not going to be hitting the ball like 400 yards. So I'm more strategic in my advancing age and my diminishing skill level, but it serves me well. We play a scramble. I'm the guy that hits it out into the middle of the fairway, about 220. I let these kids just smash it over the water, which none of them were able to. They all landed in the water. And then we played my ball because it was safe. And I'd like to take full credit for the results that we had the other day. I know that the other 3 people are probably watching, as are millions right now. But
yes, of course.
Can't deny it, guys. We used a lot of my shots. Work smarter.
All right, Chuck. We've got, roughly 7 minutes, but we'll probably go over because, it's the way it is. Look at John Daly. He brings flair and a Happy Gilmore style to the game. Yes.
Exactly. He plays barefoot, drunk. He smokes 2 packs of cigarettes drunk per round. He got a 19 on a hole the other day. I mean, I can do that.
I can do that too.
I can do that.
I can definitely do that. All right, so it is time, Chuck.
Dun, 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 dun.
It is time. You're gonna love this. Ron's top 5, Charlie, Chucks.
All right. I see a picture of myself on there, so I'm hoping to be on the list here. This is pretty good. I'm seeing quite a few. Is that Charles Barkley down there?
Because
Charles Barkley's been mentioned twice in our episode now.
I know. I started out, I was thinking, all right, Joan Jett's birthday was today. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do Jones.
Happy birthday, Joan.
That did not go very well because I couldn't find enough to put on my list that I liked.
Oh, so these are Chucks that you like. I'm happy that I'm on the list.
So it didn't end there. When I bailed on the Jones, I said, all right, well, Scott Bale's birthday is today. So why not Scott, right? There's a ton of Scotts, right? Not so much.
Not too many cool Scotts.
Not so
Chucks
much.
are where it's at.
So, I liked Scott Bakula, and then it went south from there.
Scott Bakula was one of those guys that he was an old man that went back and played college football, if you remember, in one of his movies. So This all
Yes,
ties together, and I feel like it's a message that's being sent to me.
it
Do
is,
it.
right?
Yep.
So I bailed on Scott as well. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to be on the show with Chuck. Let's do Charles, Charlie, Chucks. Because there's quite a lot. Quite a
Indeed.
lot. All right. So, Charles Darwin, of course.
I've
Charlie
heard of him.
Chaplin. I don't have Charlie Chaplin on my list because I
He
didn't
ain't
really
that
see
cool.
anything.
Yeah, he ain't that cool. He has a cool
And he got
mustache.
screwed out of that mustache thing.
Yeah.
Hitler messed that up for him.
Hitler made the Charlie Chaplin mustache not cool.
Right.
He basically took it
Exactly.
out of rotation immediately.
Exactly. So there's Charles III, the king.
All right, yeah, he's all right, I suppose.
Not really, but
Is this the list? Or
well,
these are just
just
also
Charlie.
rands?
These are all these, the randoms that aren't on my list.
All right,
Charlie
cool.
Sheen, who is very funny, but I think he's a scumbag, so I couldn't put him in.
He's got a very interesting story, and he was on Joe Rogan the other day, and I don't like to promote other podcasts because I think ours is better, but if you want to be entertained,
Well,
dude's
Charlie
got some
Sheen is
craziness.
entertaining,
Yeah.
but that's what it is. Look, there are politicians. Chuck Schumer.
Yeah, he's not cool. He doesn't
And
belong on the
Charlie
list
Kirk.
at all. Yeah, he belongs. He belongs. But Charlie Murphy,
all right,
I mean, I see Charlie Murphy in the comments, and I definitely agree with that.
Charlie Murphy, yes, very good.
Darkness.
Did not make my list though.
One of the funniest of all time.
Charles Manson is also, eligible.
Yeah, I suppose.
He's probably the worst of all of these people. But there's Chuck Connors. Remember Rifleman and athlete.
Indeed.
So he's a good. How about Chuck D?
Chuck
From
D. Yeah, boy, Public Enemy.
Yeah.
All about that.
Charles Grodin from Beethoven, right?
Okay. Might have to look him up.
Chuck Mangione.
Oh, yes.
And
World-class musician who recently passed away.
Yes, he's right.
I see him playing his little saxophone or little trumpet thing.
And there's Charlie Sheen. So,
Charlie Brown. Come on,
there's a lot of athletes. Charlie Coyle, former Bruin, Chuck Knobloch, Minnesota Twins, Chuck Finley, former Angel, Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell, the Iceman, baby.
Right?
Knockout artist.
Let me see. Charles Tillman, Charles Woodson.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of athletes. There's also some musicians. Charlie Daniels, for one,
Outstanding.
Charlie Rich, Charlie Parker. So there's quite a lot of them.
But these are not even in Ron's top 5. That's how great the Chucks and Charleses of the world really are. Here's a little known fact about me. If anybody ever calls me Charlie, I'm going to punch him in the mouth. The only 2 people that ever were allowed to call me that without getting that treatment were my mom and dad because they named me that. But I have not been Charlie since kindergarten. I've been Chuck. I was a 5-year-old Chuck. Like, I grew up fast on the mean streets of Hilliard, Ohio.
I had a good friend that was Chuck.
I never liked the name Charlie.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He ended up in jail and, in prison for,
Someone probably called him Charlie. Cocaine. That's what happens.
All right. So can't forget Chucky.
Yeah, you don't want to forget him because the second you do, he's going to kill you.
Yeah, and then you have the Chucky way down next to you, Chuck E. Cheese.
Indeed. We got John Gruden, whose nickname is also Chucky because he looks like that crazy character.
Yeah. So lots of Chucks. They all did not make my list. Honorable mentions. And I have Chuck Yeager as an honorable mention.
Yep.
I mean, when a guy can go that fast in a vehicle,
he's the man.
He's on the list. He's on the list. Charles M. Schultz, the creator of Peanuts.
Charlie Brown in the house.
Look, Charlie's waving. He's like, yeah,
He's always trying to
yeah,
kick that football, and Lucy's always pulling it at the last second. He's getting
right.
hurt. Love Charlie Brown.
Charles Dickens.
All right.
Charles Dickens. Put him on the
Indeed.
honorable mention. My boy from the Bruins, Charlie McAvoy. Solid defenseman. Not the greatest defenseman of all time, nothing like that, but
But
can
solid.
hit, plays defense, can chip in a little, right?
Everything you need.
Chuck Woolery.
Ooh. Is Chuck Woolery still alive, or did he recently pass away?
I think he passed. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Chuck Woolery's
pretty
the
sure he
man.
passed.
I
he was
enjoyed
on
his.
one of my lists. He was on one of my lists, so yeah, he did. And then my bubble, number 6.
Oh, Chuck Allen.
Charlie Watts from the Rolling Stones, drummer, right? One of the best drummers.
I feel like that's legit. Yeah.
That's
legit.
him right next to Mick down there.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out what we were looking at down there. I didn't understand the reference, but now I do.
Yeah. Charlie Watts, rather, not Charlie Waite. So that leaves my top 5, which Charlie the dog from All Dogs Go to Heaven, voiced by Burt Reynolds. It's a good one.
Burt Reynolds himself belongs on the top 5 Charlies, just
because it's Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Died in 2024. Chuck Woolery. Yes, he was on
Much love, my
end of
friend.
the year list.
The match or the dating game, whatever that show was. He was pretty awesome.
All right, so number 5, Charles Bronson, Death Wish.
Ooh, did not see that one coming.
Didn't see it coming, did you?
No, but that's legit.
Oh my God, those movies are great. Just based on those movies alone.
Yeah, American hero, icon.
Everybody loves revenge.
Similar to Rocky. Yep.
Everybody loves it. So
I don't think anybody doesn't love him. I've never heard anybody say that they didn't. All right.
Number 4. Get ready for this one. Whoop-ah! Chuck Norris.
Oh, I thought
number
it was going to be Chuck Allen. I see Chuck Norris down there. Hey, I know Chuck Norris. He lives in Navasota, Texas, which is just on the outskirts of College Station. And he's a pretty well-known character over in these parts. So I've always said, if it comes down to it, and we have to have a battle of the greatest Chucks, I still don't think I could take him, even though he's like 135 years old now. I still think Chuck Norris could probably take me in about 5-6 rounds. So I got to give him his props. Actually, Chuck Norris, I think, should be number 1, but that's just me.
And I see that. I really don't like his movies.
I don't like his movies either, but I'm sure not going to tell him that to his face. Because
no. I wouldn't
he's
tell
Chuck
him that
Norris.
to his face.
And his bottled water is not all that great, but that's, subjective.
Yeah, so Chuck Norris, I put at number 4 because I don't like his movies, but the man makes a living doing whatever.
We're going to have
hey, Danny, how are you? We are in the middle of our
Danny's Dallas Cowboys. Thank you for waking up with us today. As a Cowboys fan, I can appreciate the fact most of them probably didn't want to wake up today.
No, probably not. All right, so number 3, Chuck Berry. I like his music a lot.
Yep.
And arguably could be the king.
Maybe.
I mean,
in a different world, maybe.
Yeah, Chuck Berry's got some great music, though. I love it. Johnny Be Good. Come on.
Yeah, can't really mess with that. That's up there. He does belong as the number 3 Chuck of all time.
Yeah. All right, number 2, because I love this guy so much. I think he's such a character, and he might be the best analyst in all of sports. Charles Chuck Barkley.
He is pretty good. He hates the
Oh my
women of San
God.
Antonio, but we all laugh. And he's a
He's
great
fantastic.
Hall of Fame ball player. He's the round mound of rebound from Auburn.
Yep.
Just a good dude. I am a big fan. His golf swing is terrible, but I've watched him progress over the years.
Terrible.
And one day I
Terrible.
will play golf with Charles Barkley. I'm going to go ahead and put that out into the world, and I will defeat him.
I'm hoping we can make that happen. Charles, Chuck, buddy.
Come on,
If you're
bro.
out there watching,
We'll eat at La
at least
Fagata.
play around with Chuck.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
We will eat at La Fagata.
See, even Danny saying hi to you, Chuck.
I appreciate that, my friend.
So that leaves number 1. And I was so torn.
There's only one on the screen that hasn't been mentioned yet. Come on, Ron. Do the right thing,
I
buddy.
was so torn on who was going to be number 1. I had
feel like
to have
it's
a
indisputable.
1A and 1B.
Oh.
Chuck, you're 1B.
I'm 1B. Whoever's ahead of me is
1B.
going to be
You're right up
absolutely
there.
amazing. It's going to be Chuck E. Cheese, I bet.
No, Chuck E.
No?
Cheese is not on the list.
Chuck E. Cheese is not greater than I, and now it's official. I've been saying that for years.
The only
Okay, if I'm
one
1B, then goodness gracious. Who else is there?
It's got to be Chuck. It's got to be Chuck.
I appreciate
Charlie Brown,
that.
number 1,
I'm all
baby.
about it. If I got to play second fiddle, then I will play second fiddle to Charlie Brown every single day of the year.
I love Charlie
I
Brown.
love him. And yes, Danny, I am in San Antonio, Texas. It's a beautiful place. Charlie Brown, number 1A, and Chuck Allen, 1B. That is about as solid a list as you could possibly get. I was rated higher than all the rest.
That's
Only
right.
one icon, one legend was better than me, and I can't even argue with that. If I was doing the rankings myself, I'd be like, you know what, Charlie Brown, yeah, he's a legend. He deserves it.
So that is the list. So to recap, number 5, Charles Bronson. Number 4, Chuck Norris. Number 3, Chuck Berry. Number 2, Charles Chuck Barkley. And then 1B, Chuck Allen himself right here by my side. And of course, 1A is Charlie Brown from the Peanuts gang.
That is a solid list right there, Ron. I agree with that 100%. I do think that Charlie Brown belongs up there, and I'm happy that I'm 1B. Like, that's where I would probably rank myself. So no arguments here, my friend.
There we go. See,
hopefully everybody feels the same way.
Yeah, I mean, like, Charlie Murphy is a good choice, but he just wasn't.
Charlie Murphy didn't have the extended long amount of career, and his body of work was Chappelle Show. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm Rick James, bitch. That's like the funniest thing ever. And when Charlie Murphy kicked Rick James and he started coughing up blood when he hit that mirror, that's one of the funniest things that's ever happened in life. And when he played basketball with Prince, that was awesome.
What about the head detective? Wasn't that on that show?
Probably.
It was just the head, and it was a detective, and they'd have him on like a table or something like that.
Charlie Murphy? He was the head detective?
No, it wasn't Charlie Murphy. It was Chappelle, I believe.
Probably. There were many, many classic things on the
I just love
Chappelle Show. That's another show that could not probably air in modern times without a massive amount of grief. But Charlie Murphy.
Oh, yeah. Chuck, the TV show, yes. And Good Luck Chuck, the movie, which is basically my story of my life.
There were there you go.
Wow.
When he did Prince's couch, or he did the couch for Rick James, he Eddie Murphy and Charlie Murphy whipped his legs and he had to crawl out of there. And even as he was crawling out in immense pain, Rick James had the courage to say, "Blank your couch, you rich MFs. Get another one."
For some reason, I did not upload any of the graphics for us and next episode. But next episode is indeed Miss Becky that's commenting in the comments right now. We will be alongside of Sharon tomorrow.
Ooh, what a
And they
team we
will
have, folks.
continue with this tourism week thing.
Yes, Becky's a
And,
world traveler, and every week I tell her about how awesome San Antonio is. If she goes back and watches the earlier portion before she got on, I do believe that Becky will come visit San Antonio.
I think she will. I think she likes to go places. She's in Ontario on her way to Ontario. I think she's on the plane. to
On a
Ontario.
plane and still tuning in, folks. No
Yes.
excuse for you not to watch.
That's right. That's right. So be here tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. San Antonio time, and Edmonton time. Ontario, isn't that East Coast?
Most likely. Not going to lie and say that I totally know where Ontario is, but I know it's in Canada. So it's
Like,
probably
it's
beautiful.
Toronto, Ontario. So I'm guessing it's kind of in the East.
I would
So
bet
it
you're
might
right.
be Eastern Standard Time for. Oh my God, she'll be on my time tomorrow.
And the only way to find out exactly where Ontario is to tune in tomorrow, folks.
Yeah.
There you go. That's called
That's
a
right.
teaser.
All right. So
the
thank you, Danny.
industry.
Thank you, Becky, for being here. And thank you, everybody else that is currently watching and will be watching, as we have quite a few viewers.
Thank you to that bot that
around
always
tomorrow.
offers to get us subscribers every week. We appreciate you. For only
Yes.
$25 a week, we can get like 1,000 subscribers. I won't
Of
even
course.
mention your name,
Of
but
course.
San
I
Antonio
don't.
Central Time. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So that's it for the show. We'll see you next time, and we'll see Chuck next Monday. Thank you.
Later on.